Hello and welcome to Lifelong Learning on Location. I'm Ann Hansen and I'll be your host today as we go on location at Western Nevada College in Carson City. We're talking with the coach and some players from the Wildcats baseball team, which has had enormous success in its short history. With me today from my left is Coach DJ Whittemore. Welcome.
Hi, Ann.
Nice to have you here.
Good to see you again.
Yes, and you've brought some great players here. We have Josh Moody.
Hi.
Hi, and Logan Parsley.
How's it going?
Great. Good to have you guys here. Tell me, you guys, where are you from?
I'm from Carson High. Came up here as a second baseman. Now I'm in the outfield as well as infield.
Trying to do it all, huh?
Yeah.
How about you, Josh?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. I'm a left-handed pitcher. I'm a freshman here.
Excellent. And how's it going so far, gentlemen?
It's great. Great experience.
Very good.
Yeah,
how's it going for you?
I like it a lot.
Good deal.
Yeah.
How about you, Coach?
Yeah, we're having fun. We're experiencing some of the things that makes baseball great because it's not always easy, and you don't win every game. You don't get a hit every time up, and as a starting pitcher, you know, the team doesn't always score runs for you in Josh's case, but you know, we're having fun and we're optimistic that the season's going to finish very well.
So you spent the first part of your season on the road, didn't you?
Yeah.
It was an incredible start. How many games? 20, 25?
We played our first 25 games on the road. We actually had our first 28 games scheduled on the road, so they got cut short because the weather up in Quincy wasn't good enough to play baseball. But yeah, we're happy to be home now, and we have a bunch of home series coming up. We're at home 3 weekends in April and then the first weekend in May. So we're real excited that we're going to play well in front of our home crowd and finish the season strong like we have the past 2 years.
And the past weekend, you just had a dynamite weekend, didn't you?
Yes.
Colorado Northwestern.
Yeah, our guys played extremely well, and the pitchers threw strikes, led by Josh Moody, who threw a complete game shutout for us this weekend in a 10-0 win. So, yeah, all facets, pitching, hitting, and defense was there for us this weekend, and we're hoping to keep that rolling.
So you had a 4-game sweep, didn't you?
Yep.
Yeah. How did it feel to be out there on the mound pitching a no-hitter?
Well, it felt good to be home. We had a lot better weather here than we have on the road, and it's nice to see some family and friends in the crowd.
How about you? Were you in the game?
Yes, I was.
Oh, that's good. You were in it every moment, huh?
It's a lot easier. You're sleeping in your own beds. Get up early, go somewhere, eat some breakfast with some teammates.
And so you guys have been on the road an amazing amount of time. How are you pulling that off, being a full-time college student as well?
It's very difficult.
In a word, huh?
Yeah.
Sometimes it's tough to balance your schoolwork with baseball when you're gone on the road for the last part of the week. You miss some of your Thursday classes, but you just gotta keep focusing on school as well once you get back. We usually have Sundays off, so that's usually a day when all of us try to get our work done.
You cram it in, huh?
Yeah. Study groups.
Oh, that's important. That is so important. DJ, you've had amazing success with this Western Nevada baseball team in the 3 years that you've been working on putting it together. Tell folks who may not know about Western's program what there is here.
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is a great schedule. You know, we really get to play some of the best teams in the country. And our conference, right now we have 2 teams in the top 20 in the country, College of Southern Nevada and Salt Lake Community College. So the level of competition is outstanding. I think it's as good a junior college baseball as you'll find anywhere in the country. You know, as far as our program at Western Nevada, I think you find a faculty and administration that's extremely supportive of the teams and does everything they can to make the players successful, both on the field and in the classroom. I think that, you know, we're extremely lucky to play in Carson City because there's so many people out there that love baseball, that love this community, that love to support education, whether it be you know, coming out to the ballpark to root us on or financial donations. You know, we've been really blessed in this community.
Absolutely. And you play in a pretty incredible ballpark, don't you? Tell us about that.
Well, I think that, you know, we are very lucky to have that field turf field. And what it allows us to do is spend more time studying and more time practicing and less time worrying about taking care of the field, whether it be fixing sprinkler heads or mowing the grass or edging it, top dressing it. You know, a lot goes into taking care of one of those surfaces. So from a time standpoint, we have more time to do the things that we think are important. And, you know, the bounce is nice, you know, in the infield. Infielders don't have a lot of excuses when they make an error because the ball bounces right in their mitt. But, yeah, that stadium is really an amazing thing, and I'm so thankful that so many people came forward in the community, whether it was Basilite or Cinderlight or Capital City Concrete. So many people were very generous with their time and money.
That was certainly a labor of love for the community because all the funds and the work and everything were donated, weren't they?
Yes, yeah. The stadium and even our travel budget, the way we pay for our umpires, everything is paid through private donations and our fundraising work, whether it be the college's foundation led by Helene Jesse and her staff or the baseball coaches. And, that's a difficult aspect of the job and certainly one that we hope changes in the future. We feel like we're providing a great service to the school, getting the name out there and making it a place that people want to go to school. And we're doing a great thing for these kids as well. I mean, they're getting a chance to play baseball, do something they love, and continue their education. And I think that keeping the best players in Nevada home in Nevada is a great thing for Nevada because these are the people that are going to go out and lead companies and be civic leaders. I mean, these are the most motivated, highest achieving people out there, And, we're really hoping that this next legislative session, something changes and we get some help from the state funding.
I know most states do provide funding for their community college, junior college athletics.
Yeah, well, every other state provides funding for junior college athletics,
right.
Whether it be as something as simple as a student fee.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need direct funding. We just need the permission to use the funds that Western Nevada is given on athletics.
Because it's an important student life issue, isn't it, at a campus? Would you say?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, you're a Nevada kid, Logan. How important was it to you that Western Nevada College had baseball for you?
It was very important and convenient at the same time. Same with UNR.
Has it been your dream to play college baseball?
Oh, yes.
Have you played all your life, or tell us how it worked for you?
I've played baseball since I was 9 years old. I just basically kept going up through the levels.
Did you play at Carson High then?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were a star there, I'm sure.
Logan's humble, but Logan was the Northern Nevada Player of the Year. So that was really nice to find a ball player his caliber in our own backyard. And, I know his dad's eyes lit up when I came and made a visit and offered him a scholarship because, he knew he'd be able to watch his son play and support him. And Logan, through his hard work and talent, has been offered a scholarship to continue to play baseball in Nevada at the University of Nevada for Coach Gary Powers. So we're extremely proud of Logan, and we think he's a perfect example of why this program's here. To take a local player, give him an opportunity to continue to develop his skills. And Logan's grown up as a person and a student as well while he's been in our program. And he's certainly going to make a big impact at the University of Nevada for their team. But later on, and more importantly than that, in the state of Nevada as a community leader.
Mm-hmm. You have to grow your own. Now, Josh, you came from another state, but how are you doing here in Nevada? Do you like it?
Yeah, I definitely like it a lot. It's a little bit different weather-wise than Phoenix. It's a little bit colder, but I've been getting used to it, and I like it here.
And tell me about your background in baseball. Have you been playing since you could walk?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was throwing a ball before I could walk, and just played Little League, travel ball, junior high school baseball, and then also high school swimming. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've always been a competitor, like to compete, and so I thought college baseball would be a good way to continue that.
And has it lived up to your expectations?
Oh yeah, I love it.
And how about Western? How's it been for a fit for you?
I actually like it a lot. It's a lot different than Phoenix, like Carson City, but I like the campus and I like my education and the program, the baseball program.
How are you doing in the classroom? Has it been a good experience for you?
It has. The Face Field Center has helped out a lot. We find ourselves in there a lot.
A lot of students do. I mean, and they help out in all subjects and all levels too, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just bonehead English.
Class.
It's calculus 3 if you want to take that. So,
exactly.
So the team. It sounds like. I mean, I know DJ, you've had great success with your teams being named academic All-American teams in the NJCAA, and I gather that that's quite a priority for you.
It is, but really they do the work. These guys' schedules is extremely demanding. They go to class in the morning and they practice hard in the afternoon, and then they go home and come back to campus and go to class in the evening as well. So their schedule is very demanding. It's not easy to be an excellent student athlete, as many of these guys are, and both these guys are. It really takes a commitment level, and you have to give up a lot of other things that you enjoy, whether it be spending time with friends or going out and doing what a lot of college students are doing on the weekends, you know, with the parties and things like that. I mean, these guys, if they're going to be good baseball players and good students, then they have to make sacrifices. And so far, you know, the past 5 semesters, our team GPA has been over a 3.0. And I give all the credit to the players because they work hard. You know, my job is really to explain to them why it's important for them, because the motivation to be excellent at anything you choose needs to be intrinsic, because eventually external motivators are not going to be there, you know, and I can't watch every rep, and I can't sit in study hall every day. And what we try to do as a coaching staff is to inform our players what good decisions are and why they're important to make and how they will benefit you down the road. And the students that listen and then go out and do it, they've had a bunch of success.
You feel that way? Do you feel like this has been a self-motivator so you can figure out how to live your life from your own values within? I mean, has this helped you to that degree?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think each person has to have it in himself that he wants to succeed both in sports and in academics. But I think our coaching staff really pushes us to be excellent in the classroom more than a lot of other programs do, because we have as many goals in the classroom as we do on the field, which is good.
Really?
Yeah.
That's impressive. And I mean, there is a part of college that you may miss, but perhaps you gain more. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the whole student college life, everybody always has those college memories, but a lot of times they don't have memories that we'll have. We have, 28 guys that we'll have friends for life, and I mean, you miss some things like the parties and that kind of stuff, but there's a lot of benefits to being a student athlete.
Would you agree?
Fully.
Fully.
And Logan was a successful student before he got here, having earned the Millennium Scholarship. And really that's something that we try to do, is we try to recruit people that have shown excellence in more than just baseball in their life, because it's very hard to teach that, and like Josh said, he was a excellent competitive swimmer as well, and the guys that have that drive it tends to show up on more than just the baseball field. And Josh is a humble guy as well. He doesn't want to speak about his accomplishments. But this past summer, he pitched against the Chinese junior national team and threw 6 shutout innings against them, with an all-star team of players all over the United States, including the United States junior amateur team was there as well, and the Canadian junior national team. So, we're very fortunate to have Josh, and he's a model citizen in our program, does a good job in the classroom, and is a good teammate. Probably the one memory that sticks out the most to talk about Josh and his toughness is he left a couple pitches over the plate down in Arizona, and they hit 2 balls in one game that came back up the middle off him. And neither time I didn't even make it to the mound before he said, "I'm fine, just stay in the dugout and let me keep pitching." Then I kind of walked back to the dugout thinking, man, it must have hit his glove. It sounded loud. I thought it was his bone, but I guess it is his glove because he's fine. Then after the game he said, "Can I get some Advil?" And he showed me the seams of the baseball on his wrist. Of his throwing hand, but he just kept pitching. So
you didn't want to come out, did you?
No. You don't feel it during the game. I felt a little bit after, but I just wanted to
I can imagine.
keep helping the team.
Wow.
And Logan's tough too. I mean, he's pretty, but he's tough. He's got the single season and career hit batter record at our school. So.
Congratulations. Yeah. You guys don't try hard, do you? I mean, it's like, you can see it in their eyes. They're so jazzed about these things. Because, I mean, it's what you've done. It's probably obviously your passion.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have
definitely.
a passion for this.
Yeah.
And I just admire the heck out of you, because it was hard for me to just be a student. I can't imagine what it's like to be a student athlete at the college level. Very impressed. You're in a tough league. Talk a little bit about the fact that you're in a wood bat league and what it's meant for your program over the few years and the strength of your league.
Well, the wood bat conference has been really nice for recruiting players who have aspirations of playing professional baseball, because obviously there's wood bats at the professional level. The other thing that you notice is it's pretty easy to recruit pitchers, and it's a little bit tougher to recruit hitters, because the bottom line is you're just not going to hit it as far, and you're not going to hit it as often when you're swinging a wood bat. So the pitchers have been very successful, and the hitters, it's really a grind, because you have to have a lot of confidence, and you can't let making outs interfere with your ability to walk to the plate thinking you're the best hitter on the planet. Our conference, I was excited to start in this conference because, in this conference we feel like if you can compete for a conference championship, then you can compete for a national championship. And we proved that last year. And this year, we've already beat both teams in our conference that are in the top 20. And we still have 2 more series against them. So, we're still eager to prove that we're a top 20 team in the country. And being on the road for the first 25 games has its setbacks, from a fatigue standpoint, from a confidence standpoint, et cetera. So we're really looking forward to turning the corner, playing at home a bunch in April, and I think we've won about 80% of our games at our field since it's been built. And the Carson City faithful has been a big part of that, coming out and supporting us. So we look forward to seeing those fans out at our ball game in April. And you can check our website, www.wnc.edu, and get our schedule. But it's Friday and Saturday doubleheaders that start at 12 noon.
And part of the reason for the doubleheaders in the 4-game tourney format is because it's such a spread out conference, isn't it? I mean, you talk about travel. You go. Where do you guys go when you're on the road? I mean, it's not close, is it?
No.
Describe a typical road trip.
Well, we flew to Las Vegas 3 times, and we've driven to Twin Falls, Idaho. We played Southern Idaho, and then we've gone to Salt Lake City.
How many hours? 6, 7 hour drive?
Oh, more than that. Yeah.
Is it 8?
Like an 8-hour drive.
Yeah, we've flown to Salt Lake and we've flown to Phoenix as well. So, we've logged a bunch of miles. This coming weekend we go out to Price, Utah, which is eastern Utah, out in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. And, I've really grown to love this conference. It's called the Scenic West for a reason, and you get that when you play at every field, because it really is a lot to see. It is beautiful. We go to Rangeley, Colorado later in the year, which is out by Dinosaur, Colorado. So it's a lot of fun, and yeah, I enjoy it.
And it's great that the 2 Western colleges that have community college baseball are in the same conference, aren't they? Yes,
Southern Nevada, College of Southern Nevada is in our conference as well. The Scenic West, and we've had a nice rivalry with them because we have a lot of respect for their program. We feel like their coaching staff, their tradition, their players is as good as it is anywhere in the country, and we know that if we can hold our own against them, then we have a chance to beat anybody else we play. And already this year they were number 1 ranked team in the country when we beat them 3 times. And they weren't just handed that number 1 ranking either. They beat the number 2, 3, 4, and 5 teams in the country along the way. So that gives us confidence, and what we've been searching for is consistency. And when you have a team that's made up of predominantly freshmen and players that are new to the program, consistency is always going to be the biggest battle. And I think that we made some strides this weekend in the right direction, and we're going to continue to roll.
What do you personally think you need to do to make this a successful experience for you on the field?
I just say just keep working. It's always, every day I feel like you have to do something every day to continue to get better at baseball, because as soon as you're complacent with where you're at, you're not gonna get any better and obtain your goals. So you just got to keep working every day.
How about you, Logan?
Have desire and character to do that.
Every day.
Every day.
As you walk on the field and as you're in the dugout.
When you wake up, you have to want to be out there.
That's true. How about as a student, as a college student, what do you need to do?
Study.
I hope my son's listening to this.
Don't procrastinate on your work, because it's easy to worry about baseball a lot more than school, and then you turn around and you've had 3 weeks to do a project and it's due in a couple days. You gotta cut the big things into little parts. It's a lot easier to get them done. Don't procrastinate and wait till the end.
That's a good point. And if you're talking to kids out there that are in junior high or high school and want to follow your footsteps, what do you tell them?
I just say that you got to focus on your grades, because a lot of college coaches, if you want to play college baseball, the first thing they look at is your high school grades, to see how well you do in school, to be able to see if you can play college baseball. So you got to focus on your grades and work on them as much as you do your baseball.
And also, when practice is over, you have to stay, get more reps than the other person.
So you're the one that goes the extra mile.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that. I mean, when you talk to some pros, especially ones that maybe didn't have the build, they didn't have the natural, persona of the athlete, and they always did it with hard work, right,
Mm-hmm.
DJ?
Well, and that's one of the things that's great about baseball, is there's no ideal body type, and there's no, you're going to have a difficult time playing in the NBA if you're not 6 feet tall, right. And you're going to have a difficult time playing in the NFL if you're not 250 pounds. But in baseball, the guy with the most skill is the guy that's going to continue to play and be successful. And skills are things that can be developed and through hard work. Speaking on both of their behalves, both of these student athletes had the opportunity to play at four-year colleges out of high school. They were recruited by Division I schools and had that opportunity and chose to come here to start their education and work on a 2-year degree and to continue to develop their baseball skills. And I think that with both of them, it's going to wind up being a great decision, because, Logan's had about 400 at-bats already, and we're not even finished with his second year. And Josh already has 8 or 9 starts, I think, on the season, and he's pitched 40 or 50 innings already. And he's going to have a chance to maybe go to a Pac-10 university down the road. So, I'm excited that these guys thought enough of our program and our coaching staff and the other players in our program to want to be a part of this, and they've certainly been a big part of why we're over 500 and in third place in the conference, and we're within striking distance.
Definitely. And when you're going to visit with the coaches in Northern Nevada about players, who are you looking for, and who would you think would be interested in and fit in your program?
Well, it's I don't know, this might be a little bit long-winded of an answer, because there's a lot that goes into it. But, I really feel like the same thing's happening to us that happened to Coach Powers at the University of Nevada. When a player comes along that's good enough to help him, he wants to go somewhere else. And then all the players that aren't really good enough to help him want to come play, and then he winds up being the bad guy by not recruiting them. And the same thing's happening to us on a little bit lower level, obviously, but the players that are good enough in high school to help us, their coaches think they're too good to come here. And then the players they want to send here aren't good enough to help us. And it's been slow to develop the relationship in Northern Nevada with some of the coaches. Some of the coaches, like Coach Cook at Carson High School, Coach Glover at Douglas High School, have been really quick and eager to help us, and we've gotten some of their best players over the last 3 years. We're actually in the middle of our 4th recruiting class already, almost finished with it. So even though we've only played 2.5 seasons, we're on our 4th recruiting class. Other coaches have ties to the Northern California community colleges and have been more apt to send their players that direction. So we're looking hard to we're looking forward to continuing to work hard and develop a relationship and put a product out on the field that speaks for itself. Last year we had 17 players who went on to play at 4-year colleges. We've already had 4 pitchers sign professional contracts. And we've been to the World Series. And as we continue to do those types of things, we've had 2 straight NJCA academic All-American teams. And when we continue to do things like that, then recruiting gets easier and easier. As far as individual specific players, we're looking for players that really enjoy to play the game of baseball, because playing baseball in college is very demanding, and it's every day. And you got to love to do it, or you're not going to be very good at it. And, of course, we're looking for people who are good citizens and good teammates and have good character, because we try to develop and encourage and build character, but we're not creating it where it doesn't exist already.
That's true. You're honing it.
Yes.
That's a good point. So, gentlemen, what's Western like as a place to go to college? Are the teachers good? Are the other students interesting? I mean, how's it been for you as a college student? Would you recommend coming here?
Yes,
Definitely.
Okay.
Some classes are easier than others, obviously.
Always.
Your major, but you just find yourself in the skill center because there's tutors there for any class, any class.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of help. If you want help or need help, then you can definitely find it. And being junior college, there's not a lot of students in every class, because I think in my high school there's probably more students per class than there is here, which is nice because you can get a lot of one-on-one help with your schoolwork with the teachers and your professors.
Definitely. I think I've heard that before. DJ, what would you say? We have a couple minutes left. What would you tell people, kids out there, parents out there, what would you tell them about Western that would help them to understand that they may have a role here?
Well, I think the first thing is Western Nevada is a great family, starting with the administration. And the administration is really hands-on and has a lot of fun and likes being here, and it carries over to the faculty and the students. And I think that, it's a lot of fun to be a part of something that's bigger than yourself, but maybe isn't 40,000 people big, and to touch on what Josh said, we have 16-to-1 teacher-to-student ratio, and the average class size is under 20 students per class. And as a former high school teacher myself, I know that the number one obstacle to student learning is class size. So when you have small classes, you can get a quality education, and I think these guys are getting a great education while they're here. And you can't ever underestimate the value of playing in front of your family and your friends and playing in your hometown. And it's so much fun for Logan and I to run out in Colorado with Nevada across our chest, knowing that we're representing our state in the World Series, playing teams from Texas and New Mexico and Louisiana, and there's teams from Georgia and Florida and the Carolinas there.
I believe you knocked off number one, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. We beat the number one team in the country thanks to some great pitching from Justin Garcia and a grand slam from Thomas Miller. We had a lot of fun while we were there, and certainly a humbling experience because you realize there's a lot of other great teams and great players out there, and it just makes you want to work that much harder to be the best because, there's over 500 junior colleges in the state, and only one of them is going to lift the trophy at the end of the year. And last year we got to lift 2 trophies, and it was fun. We missed out on the third one, but I wouldn't change anything we did for the world. I'm just really thankful to have been given this opportunity by the administration and by all the people that worked so hard behind the scenes to create the baseball program because it just didn't happen. It happened intentionally and through a lot of people's efforts and fundraising. So
certainly trying to make college a better experience for Nevadans. And the bulk of your team is from Nevada.
Yes.
Yeah.
80% of our players the last 3 years have been from the state of Nevada.
Right.
And ironically, it's been easier to recruit players in Southern Nevada because they've had a community college baseball team longer than we have. So in Southern Nevada, the high school coaches, the parents, and the players realize what an outstanding conference the Scenic West is. And when we recruit them, they're excited. In Northern Nevada, because we play our games on Fridays and Saturdays, they haven't had a chance to come out and watch us because they're playing their own high school baseball. So it'll happen.
It will happen, and it certainly is happening for you two. And it's been good. And hopefully you'll get a chance to come out and see the Wildcats one weekend this spring when they're at John L. Harvey Field at Western Nevada College in Carson City. It's been great to have you with us. It's been great to have a guy who's gone to the World Series here. It's been great to have a guy who's going to be on the mound for a couple of years for us, and we're excited to have you. And DJ, it's been great to have you here as well. Coach Whittemore is doing, as you can tell, an outstanding job. And we welcome you to Lifelong Learning on Location. I'm Ann Hansen, and I'll see you next time.